There's a protest happening on the New Haven Green. Kids have walked out of school, and word on the street crew, Nora, Grace Flood, and Maya McFadden are there to tell us why. Good morning. How are you folks doing?
Good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, we're
We
kind
can't
of
hear you
drowned
on
out.
air.
Okay.
Now we can. So what's going on in the New Haven Green, folks?
Yeah, so there's probably about 100 or 200 students out on the green right now.
Yeah, that's a lot back there.
Oh yeah, there are more buses of students coming from different high schools throughout New Haven to protest over militarization of schools is what we're hearing, and student mental health. So we've got 4 kids or 3 kids here.
So wait a second, Nora, before you go further, you said
Yeah,
buses are coming. So were the high schools involved in organizing the protest? Is this like with permission?
Sorry, it's hard to hear. Can you repeat that? Because
Well,
we're
they're
right
coming
by
in buses. Are those school buses? The schools are sending the kids?
No, they're city buses.
Oh, okay.
So I think the situation is students are leaving classes, getting on city buses and getting to the green. Yeah, for free.
Oh, that's right. So who you got with us today? Someone joining the protest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Few people.
And tell us if you can't hear anything, because there's definitely a lot of sounds going on. And
Well,
it's
I hear
windy.
you very well. So when we talk to folks, if you could put the phone really close to them so we can hear
Okay.
them as
Got
each
it.
of them talk.
Okay. So would you mind introducing yourselves?
My name's Honoria. I attend Wilbur Cross High School, and I'm a senior.
My name is Jazara, and I attend Wilbur Cross High School as well, and I'm a senior.
Okay.
And I am Tatiana, and I am as well a senior at Wilbur Cross.
Okay. Perfect. And yeah, could you tell us what the word on the street is this morning?
Well, word on the street is all of the high school students that attend New Haven Public Schools are tired of the I don't know how to say that word. I'm so sorry. Of the mental health and its overshadowing of putting more money into having security and all the other things that we don't really need at high school. So basically, it's not really known of showing your mental health and talking to somebody at high school. And it's really sad about that. And basically, I feel like you can't talk to nobody at school. You can only battle it out with your friends. Yeah, you know, your friends, and that's it.
The closest thing you have is your friends. Mm-hmm. With your mental health, I experienced firsthand. My senior year has been rough for me. Deadlines have been beating me up, and I'm not getting the resources or the help that I need to finish my school year off good. I've tried to express to my guidance counselors and everything the situation that I'm going through, but I felt like I'm not being heard and I'm not being properly
It's like we're at the end of the road. And there's
Exactly.
nobody to go. There's no way to go. Like we're stuck. That's why we're all out here today to hear our voice, so people could finally realize how big of an impact mental health has came to us as seniors. We're almost done, but it feels like we're not even finishing at all.
Yes. Oh my gosh. For me, personally, I talk to my guidance counselor all the time. Like I try to, and often it's like I always get, oh, she's busy right now, she's in a meeting, or oh, she can't talk right now, and it's like draining, because it's like you reach out. You've been told since freshman year, when senior year comes, you're gonna have to be alone. You're gonna have to do things on yourself, and it's like you do things by yourself, and you go the extra mile to go get help and reach out, but then it's like you always get turned away. So it kind of makes it like a catch-22. It's like if I'm reaching out and doing what you said to do, but then I'm always getting turned away. It's like you feel stuck, and then it's weird because we have more correctional, staff than we have guidance counselors, and that's a problem, because our school used to be very busy, as one would say, and there was fights and stuff, but you don't need 45 officers in a school when there's a whole there's always going to be a backstory to why the kids are being violent. You never know their their living situation, or if they have mental disorders. And personally, from a person that suffers from mental disorders and being told, oh, you need to calm down, you're a little bit too violent. It's I haven't always been like that. I haven't been heard. So now when I'm standing up for myself, you rather call an officer than actually get someone who's going to actually understand me, because you got them overworked and have a bigger case load than a regular officer walking in the hallway doing nothing.
It's like we do our part into getting the help that we need, but there's no way for teachers to say, oh, we've been trying, but you haven't tried at all. It's like you're stuck at your desk doing papers and worrying about something else and getting more money to fund for police officers and school books and all of this, like textbooks for departments like English classes, like, but why can't I get the help that I need? And I'm literally screaming, help, help, help me, but you're not doing anything. So that's why we're all here today, hear our voice to make sure that they're getting a closer look and a good listen to what we have to say. So if it doesn't get past their ears, that's how we know the school system has failed us.
And are there any specific demands that you're listing here today in terms of what a more supportive school system would look like? Does that mean just more guidance counselors and therapists, or does that mean getting SROs out of schools?
For me,
No, go ahead.
for me, it's more so like getting SRRs out of school, but also getting more like attention more to like the mental health side, to like more guidance counselors, more therapists. Like we have one program, it's called Alive, but I built a relationship with one of the workers and not the other ones, and she only is there certain days.
Yes.
So it's like when you're going through something and you don't know the other person, it makes it so difficult to like actually like talk to the other person. It's like I haven't built a rapport with them, so it's like how am I going to talk to them if I don't know them? I have to wait and probably will forget what happened because like people do dissociate. You can forget what happened, and then next thing you know, when the person's actually there and she's like, oh, I heard that you was going through something, you forget and you feel like you wasted her time.
Right.
I feel like it should be like right now, like I'm more so fighting for like full-time like psychiatrist on our schools and stuff. Sorry, I get
No, that sounds good. Thank you for sharing the stories. Where is everyone marching to? Do you know where they're marching to?
I'm sorry.
Well, do we know where everyone's marching right now, or where everyone is headed?
I thought we were gonna protest over at the Green, but
Okay.
it's good to finally scream it on the streets.
Yeah.
So they can have an intel on what's going on.
Right.
But I prefer quality over quantity with the guidance counselors instead of them just more working on schedules, classes. Oh, you have a block in your schedule. There's nothing there. How's your day? How have you been? More follow-up checkups on the students that have been going through a lot, and they come to you about, oh, what's going on at home, what's been happening to them, or what you can do. Starting off with that one person so they can be better off throughout their whole year and throughout their whole life as a better student and a better person, so they could be better.
Were there any specific stories that you could tell us about someday you were in school and what was happening to you and you were seeking help and did not receive it?
See, for me, I honestly couldn't go to nobody. By the way, everybody was just right. My freshman year, it was crazy. Back then, when COVID wasn't around, everything was wild. So for me, I was going through a lot emotionally, mentally, and physically. So my mom, she told me go put you in touch with peers, and I was like, no, I could just get help at the school. So it's fine. She was like, okay, just let me know so I can help you out. And when I went to the school, I didn't know who my guidance counselor was, and I kept getting the help like, hey, where's my guidance counselor? Who's my guidance counselor? They're like this, that, and the third. I go to all of them. I'm at the end of the road. There's blockage, and honestly, I had to deal with that myself. I had to battle that on my own, and it's like it was draining for me. Even when COVID hit, it was bad, honestly, and I only had the help from my mom and that's it. I feel like the New Haven Public Schools has failed me as a student and a person as well, and it's better off than getting the help that I need when they're not there, meaning why would I go to somebody that would not help me from the day I asked them to and just push me off and just go to their paperwork. So it hurts me a lot, and I don't want to see anybody else go through the same thing. When I leave high school, I want to see everything change at Cross. Instead of getting more resource centers, which is good, but more study labs, computers, technology that doesn't even need to be needed at the school. Let's get help for kids that are going through a mental health issue. That's more important than technology.
All right, Maya and Nora, do you want to sign off so you can cover the actual protest there?
Yeah, I think that probably makes sense.
But I want to thank our
There's a lot
guests.
going on.
Thank you for coming on Love Babs Love Talk and WNHH to tell us.
Yeah,
And good
thank
luck
you, guys.
wrestling with what's going on at school. Thank you and great time. Bye
Okay,
bye, guys.
thanks.
So you just heard Nora, Grace Flood, and Maya McFadden live on the New Haven Green, where for city buses it's free now. Kids walked out of school, took the bus from high schools all over town, and they're converging on the New Haven Green because they're saying we need help and we're not getting it.